Why, hello everyone, and welcome to another video of Euro Truck Simulator 2. In this video, particular one, we shall be continuing on with a job, taking a massive green tube from Szczecin in Poland to Debrecen, wherever that is. And this green tube is really big, but it's nothing like the concrete penis. But, anyhow, my name is Matthew Barnes, as you know, and in this particular video, I'm going to try and do some commentary. This commentary may end badly, or it may end well. I don't know. Let's see how it ends. Anyway, this truck that we're driving is the Kenworth w900, a flat top. And this is the ARC version, the newest one there is. This one has a better engine sound than the original Kenworth w900 ARC. And also has a lot nicer lights on the dashboard when you light them up. The original ones were blue, these ones are white, which I think works a lot better in a way. Now, I must say for the last video, it did sound a bit weird, didn't it? Partly because I had a friend I was talking to, trying to make it funny. I know it probably sounded quite weird. But also the microphone that I was using was not my headset microphone. I was temporarily using a very cheap £1.50 microphone. And the problem with that microphone is, because like most microphones that I find with my machine, if I plug them in the audio slot, because that's the only place where you can put them, they don't capture your voice all the time. They only capture it when you're talking. Why that is, I don't know. If any of you know, do tell me why. But not with the USB one, so basically, I hope when I get a new microphone that's USB, like a Blue Snowball, they won't do that. But we shall have to see. But, in this particular video, I'm basically going to talk about what's going on in my life at the moment, which I've never really talked about before. So, it may be a surprise for some of you. Anyhow, so, at the moment I'm in school holidays. I am going into year 10, which basically means I'm starting up GCSEs for 2 years till year 11, at the end of that when I get exams. And so, basically, my options I've chosen. Sadly, for some reason now, you can only pick 2 options out of all the lessons that you get. Now I picked land studies, which is basically gardening, and design and technology. Now, out of design and technology, there was, I believe, arts and arts of wood and drama. And out of land studies or horticulture, there was music as well. Now, I'm not so sure about DT anymore, because although I'm fairly good at it, people say I should do art. The thing is, I don't think I'm that great at art. I think I can get it done, but it's not something I personally enjoy. DT is something I more enjoy, because I personally have always in my life liked putting things together. It's always been kind of a passion for me, for putting things together, you know, and just that sort of thing. It kind of interests me, and it kind of relates to a job that I want to be when I'm older, which is actually the job I want to be when I'm older. Excuse me. The job I want to be when I'm older, messing up the gears a bit, is a bricklayer. My dream to be is a bricklayer or some type of job on the construction front, because that just seems like an easier kind of job. It doesn't seem too hard, I suppose. I mean, I originally wanted to be something like a mechanic, but thinking about it more, it feels like a mechanic has a very long, hard working day, and just feels like he has a very hard job, and he has to work super hard. And when you have a disability like me, that's kind of not what you want. So you kind of want a job that's easy for you, that you are comfortable doing. Now, my ultimate goal in a circumstance would be to have, let's say, to be a truck driver like I'm doing now. The thing about that is, again, it's very kind of hard to do when you're starting out. I'm messing up these gears so bad. Wow. Anyhow, as I was saying, I think that sort of thing, a truck driver would interest me, but you'd probably have to learn how to drive a car first, and to get good at driving for about 10-15 years before trying to be a truck driver in some circumstance. But it can be a tiny bit lonely being a truck driver, as you know, because of having to work, especially if you're a tramper. Having to work long old shifts can be quite hard, and the fact only seeing family on a Sunday is slightly lonely, and only getting one day to do what you want to do. And then there's all sorts of things, such as bad things happen, and then it just feels like you don't want to do it, and then you start a new day, it goes well, and then it just doesn't feel right. So I'd love that type of experience, but it just is a bit soon to be thinking about it. But it's my kind of, not ultimate, but kind of dream in a way, to be a truck driver in a way. But I'd imagine it's quite hard, seeing as I have a friend who's a truck driver, and he said it's fairly hard for him. Especially when you get injuries, and you have disabilities like me, as I said. It does get quite tediously hard. But now, as you know, in my last video, I was speeding offence. That doesn't matter. In my last video, I was talking about trucks, and didn't really get a clear message to you about the trucks. But the one thing I didn't get to at all was Renaults. So Renaults I think are good. They're decent. I think the premium is better than the Magnum. I think the interior is lacking in things, but they do the job, I suppose, and they, to some people, appeal. Some people won't like them, but let me tell you, if you don't like Magnums or Renaults trucks, then please don't make brags about it and constantly say they're bad or anything, because the fact is they're not. They're actually quite alright. I mean, you can't have a truck that's perfect. Technically, if you say a Renault's underpowered, technically you're blaming SCS for making it underpowered. So in a way, it's not exactly fair. I mean, I know it's your opinion, but if it's your opinion, then I don't mind. Just don't do what Mr. the Squirrel's nuts did, or Paul as I call him, or Mr. the Squirrel's Pratt, because he is a bleeding prat, did, which is basically constantly go on about them, and then just brag about it constantly, and then just make people bad impressions that it's good or not, and just keep on going on about it and complaining, saying they're bad and stuff, and making everyone else of his viewers think they're bad, not respecting their opinion. I'm sorry, but that's just unacceptable. I mean, I'm sorry, but you cannot ban someone for saying that they like Renaults. And he made a viewer name them after just because of him. Renault Hater 2014, I think it was his name. He only developed that name because of Pool, and that absolutely disgusts me. I mean, I'm sorry, but why should he have a right by Twitch to call trucks bad? Whenever a little streamer does it, they get taken down. He just gets away with everything. No matter how much I report him to Twitch, I report him several times. I cannot get him taken down. I mean, why should he be allowed to get away with it? Why is it that Twitch don't do anything about it? Well, part of the reason is probably because they get so many emails about people that they can't really get through any of them. But a streamer on Twitch, I believe, will only get taken down if there's enough physical evidence that they are doing what they're doing, and you only get that evidence with Paul if people have watched him for a very long time. You're not going to get a lot of people coming forward telling you that because they want to forget about it and not talk about it particularly that much. So in a way, it's quite hard to really bring the evidence unless Twitch have seen it themselves. But if they did, that'd be good, because personally I want him to take him down. I don't care who likes him or whatever. His community are scumbags. I don't like him. Mods are complete brats. His money regime is about the level of a prick, and he's just disgusting. I mean, how he can just ban someone for saying they don't like Renaults, or ban someone for saying they are tired, ban someone for saying that they've unsubscribed, or ban someone from unsubscribing, which he did to me, is just disgusting. I mean, the fact is, he's a complete numpty. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he needs to be stopped. That's the thing. But whether that will happen or not is a different story. I mean, it just really doesn't do my head good. I mean, the experience I've had with his subscribers, particular ones, which I won't name because they'll just get offended and complain about it all day, are just disgusting. I mean, I cannot stand them. I mean, they just troll you. And then whenever they've done something that caused an accident, they just blame it on you rather than themselves, and then just cause several problems, and then later say I've calmed down and stuff, give me another chance, and then they just do it again and again and again, and I can't stand it. I've had enough of them, and I cannot stand it. I will never ever unsubscribe. I will never ever subscribe to him again, recommend him. All I will say is stay away from him, because I really wish that his viewers would know that aren't subscribed, because look, if you try and tell them that in the stream, you'll just get banned. I mean, unless a mod would know it, then then the streamer would just complain, and then they'd eventually ban you. I mean, there's no way you can get the message across to them, because I mean, you say all these things and they just ban you, and I'm sorry, but you cannot ban someone for just giving their opinion on your stream. I mean, yes, it's not, if you don't like someone, you shouldn't watch it and you shouldn't say bad things to them, but at least let them give your opinion to them and say, can you stop saying this or that? I mean, why would you ban someone for unsubscribing? As I've said several times, why? I mean, you cannot ban someone just for unsubscribing just because they haven't got the money anymore to subscribe. I mean, that is just what cowboy builders do. I mean, the fact is with cowboy builders, they rip you off. They're con artists. They just rip you off because they think it's funny. He does the same thing. He just rips people off because he thinks it's funny, tries to get much money out of them, and just tries to do everything possible, and just drags people in with these tempting things of getting them to subscribe. And the fact is, with Minecraft server of his, you have to buy Minecraft, which I did, was about £15. Then you have to pay another £5 a month just to, well, let's say get the you have to pay another £5 to get the subscription to get it on. Then you got to authenticate, and then in the the creative world, your plot is not big at all. It is nowhere near as big as you would like. You can't build anything on it. And in the survival world, you just get trolled left, right and centre because people can touch any of your stuff and just take it, and there is nothing that you can do. I mean, it is just disgusting. I mean, he says he does all that only for subscribers because you get less trolls. It's not true. You would not get less trolls with subscribers paying money as you would if it was just public. And you can probably get a big enough server for public. Just get a couple, about 200 slots each, and just say if you can't get in because it's already full, then tough. I mean, you can't have everything with a streamer. I'm sorry, but you can't just assume those sort of things just to try and get money out of people. I mean, it's just, well, I don't know. It's just horrible. Anyhow, going off of that, I think they did go on about a bit too much. And if anyone that's subscribed to him watching or is a viewer, at least you know that now. And I think you should give second thoughts when you say to him something, because it easily could be you that gets banned. Anyway, now I'm going to go on the commentary of the game. So at the moment we're going east, which as you know is the newest part of the SCS developed map. I think it's quite nice. You can see the scenery is fairly good. And driving up these tight twisty roads with this Kenworth and oversized loads is really quite nice, except for the hitting of people, but you got to be careful on that. You pretty much can't avoid anything. Concentrate here a sec. Can't avoid anything from hitting someone because it's really tight, these roads. I mean, I'm just hitting things. I'm just getting fined left, right and centre. It's just crazy. The worst is the Kenworth Long Edition. You pretty much get fined every bit of money with that. But I can't see why I'm getting fined if I can't help it. I mean, surely they should just stop for me. Anyhow, I hope you've liked this commentary video. I mean, yeah, some of this commentary is negative, but you know, you can't always have positive commentary. But you can find ranting kind of funny. I mean, yeah, I find ranting sometimes funny from friends. And mine's not intentionally funny. It's just, but if you find it funny, you find it funny. If you don't, well, you don't. And come up to another very tight corner. Turn in. Try and keep to this side a lot more. Keep a lot more to this side, actually. Keep carefully doing it. Ooh, that last truck was very close to it. We're gonna hit this one. Yep, we've hit that one, but I think we should just about miss this one. Yep, we have done. But that one before that one was so close to hitting. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't hit it. It was like a centimetre off hitting it. Anyhow, that'll be the end of the video for now. So I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me if you like the commentary videos. I'm going to try and do more of them this week. Record all of them for the summer holiday. And yeah, so I hope you like them. And I'll see you in the next one. So for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next.